to Language of the Month. This month we're celebrating a country in Western Asia, which is home to this lovely landmark in its capital, Tehran. It borders 7 different countries and 3 bodies of water. Its emblem is this. The language spoken here has a variety of names and is spoken in lots of neighbouring countries too. Can you guess which country I'm talking about? Well done if you guessed Iran. Let's look at where it is in the world. Their language is called Persian. It's sometimes known as Farsi, and versions of it called Dari and Tajik Persian are spoken in Afghanistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. Letters in Persian are very different to those in English. Those children who speak Urdu might recognise some of the letters and sounds, as Urdu derives from this Persian lettering. Let's hand over to Anita, who's going to tell us how to introduce ourselves in Persian.
The most commonly used informal greeting is salam. Salam. Salam means hi or hello. We use it when we meet someone or enter a room with people in it. We can use it as a greeting almost anywhere. First, let's see how Persian people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Salam, man Anita'am. Az didanet khoshbakhtam. Hi, I'm Anita. Nice to meet you. Salam, man Anita'am. Az didanet khoshbakhtam. Start by saying salam, which means hi. Then say man, I, your name, and then am, which means to be or am. Salam, man Anita'am. Persian word order is different than English. Word for word, this literally means hi, I, Anita, am. Finally, say az didanet khoshbakhtam. This means nice to meet you. Salam, man Anita'am. از دیدنت خوشبختم.
Once you've introduced yourself, it's polite to ask how the other person is. Let's get back to Anita to look at how to be polite in Farsi.
After salam, we almost always say, "How are you?" when we greet friends or close relatives. It might seem strange to say it every time, but this is a part of normal everyday conversation in Persian. Let's try out the informal way of saying hello, how are you? Salam, chetori. Chetori. The I in chetori makes this sentence second person. The formal way becomes slightly longer. Add hale shoma, which means your health. Salam, hale shoma chetore. Hale shoma chetore. Hale shoma chetore literally means how is your health? In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use good manners as you thank people. Let's get started. There are several ways to thank someone. The formal way is خیلی ممنون. خیلی ممنون. Mamnun means thank you, and خیلی means a lot. So خیلی ممنون is like saying thank you very much. خیلی ممنون.
Now we're going to try and use some of this vocab with some people around us in our class. It doesn't matter if you don't say it perfectly, it's great just to have a go. Salam, man Miss Smitham, ashtidanet kushbaktam. Now it's your turn. When we do Language of the Month, it's an opportunity to share culture and stories from another country. Here's a traditional tale to enjoy. One day, Mrs. Mouse woke up and discovered that her tail had fallen off. Away she went to the cobbler and said, "Cobbler, cobbler, sew on my tail." The cobbler said, "Run away and bring me some thread so I can sew on your tail." The mouse ran to the spider and said, "Spider, spider, spin me a thread to give to the cobbler to sew on my tail." "Bring me goat hair," said the spider, "and I'll spin you a thread." So she came to the goat and said, "Goat, goat, give me some hair to give to the spider who'll spin me a thread to give to the cobbler to sew on my tail." The goat said, "Bring me some grass and I'll spare you some hair." So she came to the farmer and said, "Farmer, farmer, give me some grass to give to the goat who'll give me some hair to give to the spider who'll spin me a thread to give to the cobbler to sew on my tail." "Go bring me a spade," said the farmer, "so that I can dig you up some grass." So she came to the blacksmith and said, "Blacksmith, blacksmith, give me a spade to give to the farmer who'll give me some grass to give to the goat who'll give me some hair to give to the spider, who'll spin me a thread, to give to the cobbler, to sew on my tail. I've left the story on a cliffhanger. I've got some questions for you to discuss about how you could help the mouse. You can talk now and continue your discussion after the assembly if you want to. If you were the blacksmith, would you help the mouse? What would you ask for in return? How could you end the story happily? Thank you, or Hayley Mamnoon, for listening and joining in with our Language of the Month Assembly this week. It's been great to share some culture from another country. Have a great week.